I'm Jambariki. I'm a third-year animation student at Sheffield Hallam University. And for my third year, we have to make a animation. We're kind of like spend the first few years learning, and now we're at a point where we're ready to make our own animations. And I'm doing a stop-motion animation called Mel and the Devil's Deal. It's about an animator who makes a bargain with Satan, and there is a consequence. The consequence is that all his cartoons that he's drawn on his wall come to life and chase after him. They're all satanically possessed. Okay, it's a bit of a weird idea. At the same time, this kind of thing's been done before. I mean, bringing cartoons to life, that kind of aspect, it's been done before. But though I want to approach it in a style that's frightening. I want to do like the horror take on it, and I mean like serious horror, not comedy horror. Really try to give the impression that these cartoons are terrifying. And so yeah, that's pretty much the gist of my project. Now, like I said, it's in stop motion, so there are puppets that have been built, and they have taken so long. There's been constant problems over and over and over again. The puppets keep falling apart. One puppet is finally ready, and that is the character of Mel. Now, this animation is called Mel and the Devil's Deal, and Mel is the name of the animator. So I'm going to show you the puppet that I made for Mel. I kind of based him on the voice actor Jason Marsden, because for a while Jason Marsden was a little interested in the project. He was going to be playing Mel, but I sent the script over and he said it wasn't his kind of thing. So I then tried a few other people, Dave Wittenberg, Richard Epcar, just loads of different people, and then I realised, you know what, there's no way I can get someone like this. So I asked a friend of mine called Greg Duncan, who also goes by the name of RobotFan987, and he does a lot of abridges, which are comedy parody dubs. He's done things like the Transformers abridged, just loads of different abridged series. Like, he plays the character of Mel. Now I'm going to go through how each part of this is made and how it's going to work. Now, as you can see, he does have a mouth, but I'm going to be sticking on different mouth movements. Each mouth movement is bigger than his mouth as well, so it won't be too much robot. It's a bit like a robot chicken kind of style thing going to it. Now, the eyebrows, you might think, are stiff, but they're not. They're blue tacked on loosely, so that I can kind of move them a tiny bit. Okay, now the character will blink, because I get really annoyed in animation when a character just has cold dead eyes. So I'm going to be probably putting on some, I'm not sure, maybe some wax over his eyes, or maybe some cutout eyes. I'm not sure just yet. I'm going to get around to doing that. So yeah, I'll explain how each bit is made. None of it is made from plasticine. All of this, none of it is plasticine. A majority of it, including like his head, his whole head, the hair, the lips, the nose, that is all made from something called super sculpting. And I'll show you what that is. It's this stuff. It's the kind of stuff that Aardman sometimes uses. You can order this online, by the way, so that's what it looks like. I've got the flesh colour, and what you can do is you can bake it. And so there you go. So yeah, it's been baked, but it's still movable. And you're probably wondering, well, how is it still movable? The neck is super sculpted but not baked, then covered with latex. Inside of that is a little ball and socket joint, which looks like this. Okay? That's what's inside the neck. So it is easy to move his head around. You can bob it side to side, you can turn side to side, you can do pretty much anything. Now, the clothes, all fabric sewn together by my mum. Big thanks to her to get that done. It's very complicated. You can't really, if you take the shirt off, there's it can't be put back on, but you can put the trousers back in. It's a bit of a pain. Now, underneath, as you can see, the limbs are made by twisting two pieces of wire together. But I have to be very, very careful because they can, if I'm too rough with them, they can snap off, which has been the case quite a lot. Now, the hands are basically wire that's been sculpted into like hand shape kind of thing, and then covered with lots and lots of layers of latex. Same with the other hand here. Now, underneath him, it is hard to like lift his shirt up, but underneath him is wood that my dad carved out for me, like a torso-shaped wood. As you can see. Now, this kind of makes, it kind of creates a limit, sort of. By that I mean, when he bends over, it's not exactly a very flexible bending over kind of thing, but I'm going to hopefully give the illusion with the head, with the body movement. But like, yeah, his back isn't going to be that flexible, which is a downside. Same for the legs. Wait, I'm trying to get in camera. It's a wire again for the legs, and then super sculpey, baked and painted for the shoes. Now, the eyes were actually drawn on MS Paint. A lot of stuff in this, a lot of the paper stuff that I've drawn in MS Paint, because like that's one of my fortes is drawing in MS Paint. Then the eyebrows, I actually did a bit of recycling for this. I took this little leaflet. I like the texture of it. I thought, you know what, this would be less fragile than paper, and I'll be able to move it more. So I cut out a bit of the leaflet, painted over it in brown. And so that is Mel's puppet. Today I'm going to be doing animation tests. I'll hopefully be able to show you in future episodes how that goes along. I'm also almost finished with a devil puppet. Okay, now what's interesting is the devil is actually played by a well-known anime voice actor. I'm going to reveal in another episode who that is. I was very lucky that he is attached to the project and he sent his voices over. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed me explaining the puppet, and I look forward to any comments you might have if you're curious about the project, about anything, or if you feel free, because then I can talk about it in future episodes, okay? Anyway, see you guys